Hello, this is the Glock 27. I'm going to show you how to put a ghost trigger in today. This is generation 4 Glock 27, 40 caliber. Most of the trigger assemblies pull apart exactly the same on a Glock. So if you're a Glock owner, doesn't matter which Glock you have, this will work with just about any Glock. The ghost trigger itself though is different, so make sure you get the right ghost trigger for your gun. Also, this is good if you need to clean around your trigger. Most of the time you don't, but after a couple thousand rounds, you get a lot of stuff built up in there. So I'm going to show you how to get the gun apart, and I'll show you how to get the trigger out, and we'll show you how to put the ghost trigger in. A couple tools you will need: small Allen key, just big enough to fit the pins. I like it the exact same size of the pinhole. That way I'm not stripping anything out, don't damage anything, and I don't beat my pins up so I can put them back in. Another thing you might need is a micro screwdriver, just a little flathead screwdriver of some sort. First thing you want to do is clear your weapon. I've already got the clip out. I'm going to check and make sure there's nothing in the chamber. I'm going to remove the slide. You remove the slide by locking your thumb in the back. Take your other fingers, pull back 1/4 to 1/2 inch. Push down on the front pin. Let go of the slide and push the slide forward. The slide will come off the gun. Now your ghost assembly is down inside of this mechanism here. So what we need to do is we need to get this mechanism out. The front pin right here will prevent this from pulling up all the way. So basically we want to pull the front pin and the back pin both. Just going to take our Allen key, press down firmly. That pin will push right through. Remove the pin. Same on the back. This is the same place you put your dovetail. If you want to put a dovetail on here, good time to do it. We're just going to take that pin, we're going to push evenly on it, pop it right out the other side. Once you get that done, you're going to be able to lift up on this trigger assembly here. Grabbing the firing pin, pull straight up on the assembly. The whole assembly is going to pop up out of the gun like so. I'm going to do that from the side so you can see what it looks like from the side also. So we're going to take the gun, I'm going to grab the firing pin and slowly pull up, and the whole trigger assembly will lift up. As you can see, I've already got a ghost trigger in here, but I'm going to show you how to get it out if you hadn't already had one in there. Okay, once your trigger's up out of there, if you turn the trigger sideways, it will fold over. So you're basically at a 45-degree angle here. Be careful to not over bend or turn too much on your spring. You don't want to put a lot of pressure on that. That little cross should just pop right out of the side hole. Once you get here, if you take your small flathead, put it in there, turn it like you're turning a screw, work your way to the bottom. You can pull straight out on your assembly. And there's your ghost. Now when we're assembling, I want to start my trigger in behind this. I'm going to pull it back up out of here again. That's where I get that 45-degree angle out of it. Once I get the 45-degree angle, your ghost will fit in there, and you need to apply even pressure so it slides in there straight. You want to start that in the bottom. It needs to go behind this clip, but in front of this clip. Once you get it in there, even pressure pushes it all the way in. After that, you want to pull your spring slightly. You want to align your cross back up in the plastic, and it should fall back into place. Put a little pressure on it, pinch it together with your fingers, push the trigger, back down into where it came from. Once you get the trigger in, the long pin goes in the top, short pin goes in the back. Take my Allen wrench and just line that up evenly. Take my slide, slide it back on, rack it, and test fire it. Anytime you make a change like this to your gun, I would suggest going to the firing range and firing a few rounds just to make sure everything works properly. If you have any doubts about doing this, take it to a gunsmith. The gunsmith can put that in for you pretty easily. Just for any critics out there, I'm not a gun specialist. I do this at home. I've got about 10 Glocks. I've changed all the triggers to ghost triggers. This is just how I do it. I'm sure there's a different way, a better way out there. This is just the way I do it. It's simple and easy for me to work on. Please like the video and subscribe.